Quirk, right? I called that months ago, years ago. I was like, oh, yeah, Dekko's gonna get like 7 quirks, whatever. The poor thing is that Shinso wins. Who cares about Deku, man? But yeah, so Deku, of course, got the Black Whip thing, or Black Lightning. Black Lightning Whip. Whatever you call it, right? Yeah. Deku gets that stuff, and after that, you know, Shinso saves him. So, as always, poor Shinso. You know, Shinso is my, you know, he's generally my favorite character, right? Obviously, it's not on the male side, Miracle, of course, best guy. But he had like the worst fight, man, against, you know, because you know that Deku beat him with plot armor the first time. He was like, Deku cheated that first fight, right? Here we are again, and Deku is like, oh, we're gonna fight. Oh, I got a new power! So I really feel that Deku is the bad guy here. It's cool Deku's getting new shit and so on, but he's clearly the bad guy, and I want Shinso to win. I'm like, Gamba Shinso, Gambare! I want Shinso to win this, right? Probably lose though, because Deku constantly has freaking, you know, plot armor against him, right? But I'll say one thing though, this is a Naruto spoiler then, but come on, it's like 20 years ago in Naruto. Saving Deku though, in my opinion, that's very much, you know, a Shikamaru action, right? If you know what I mean, I think probably most people here have seen Naruto, right? That the classic Steven Shikamaru is like, oh, I'm gonna give up and so on, right? And that kind of gives them that, oh, that guy should be a leader because he's intelligent, he's caring about, you know, the other people and so on, right? So I think that the Shinso is like deciding to save, of course, Deku, even though they actually were fighting. That's telling the teachers that, oh, this guy, he's ready to be, you know, a team player. He's ready to fight with the team and you know, protect them and so on, right? So I think that actually itself might still make Shinso get into the new class, right? Even if he loses or whatever, because that shows that he cares about, you know, the classmates, and he's a good guy, he's a hero, you know, and so on, right? So I think that's gonna be a major reason. All my like, yeah, that guy, self-sacrifice. I like that guy. But anyway, let's have watching it. So 3, 2, 1, and go. This shows Deku's new powers. And it feels very Smallville to me. The Deku's gonna get like a new power every arc. Like an old school Smallville where Clark is like, oh, I can fly now? Oh, I can see through stone now? I can shoot laser now? Like, he's back to the Smallville stuff. And he's like, oh, this week I'm learning X-ray vision. And of course, Aizawa says, like, no, I don't want to stop it yet. This is a recap though. This is a good scene how Urika jumps in and says Deku. And she's all like, no, boyfriend though. So it's a good scene. Jumping in, they take some damage. But here, I mean, it's a scene who saves him, right? See, this is why Shinso's gonna be a hero too, because he saves Deku here. Shinso is like, okay, I'm gonna save him even if you're enemies. Yeah, so he saves him here, of course, we're in the recap, but whatever, it's a good scene. See, this is why, yeah, he's like, fight me! He wants that revenge. I really hope that, I absolutely hope Shinso wins, but I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win, but I really do want him to win though. But I think that Deku is gonna be like, oh, my new quirk is awesome, and then he beats him, you know, like, oh, goddamn it. Again, Deku's bringing out the new powers against poor Shinso. I still do some recap here. It's exact same like last week. This cute that she flies in on her big. We need more Ashido, we need more Oppies there, we need more Ashido. Ashido, we need. Yeah, like, you know, usually it's a lot of weird assets on her, we need more of that. Here we go. Deku grabs his scarf weapon thing. Open time probably, and his stash at Shinso. Yeah, there we go. It's like 1.5 minutes or so of recap. They do it a lot this season, right? But I think a problem, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, is that they are not only doing how to say it, a recap, right? They aren't recapping. They're kind of like, here's this scene. Yeah, they just take the whole scene and put it in there, right? It's very it's a very Blake Clover thing, where they're like, here's like a minute from that episode, instead of being, you know, a recap of what happened in the last 5 episodes or so. So then it feels extra lazy, because it's just like, here. It's like, just take it here and move it there instead next week, yeah. No editing, right? So it's kind of weird. But, gonna see now after open then. And then I guess next season, I mean the summer season, I mean, we're gonna have something else happening, right? Yeah, this probably... This reset probably ends with this current... this thing... And then... I think Jeff and Deck is gonna get like a new power every arc, basically. Like probably. However, because there's no way he's gonna get all the 7 quirks immediately. That just seems kind of weird. Yeah, that'd be just... And it'd be weird for the viewer too. He's getting all the powers at the same time. That's bad, man. Now I think it's gonna get, you know, the powers coming in, right? Gradually during the storyline, right? So this is like the black whip thing, black lightning whip thing, and the next arc is probably something else, right? See, he believes in his boy. He's like, my student, he can beat your student. Stupid almighty. Yeah, like, come on. Yeah, this guy is like, wait, he need new powers. Like, why does your kid get new powers every week? He's like, I don't know, man. Oh. But I wanna see, I think it's gonna be like a flashback when he trains Shinso. When he's like, you know, yeah, he's like, I wanna see my boy, you know, yeah, like I can grow. Yeah, then we are the other ones that are throwing all the projectile people. They're very projectile based, yeah, as I said last week. They're all like long range people throwing stuff at them. They're not much like, none of them really are like close combat, the deck of course, but so they can take them out all of them. But here we go. He's talking now though, I feel it. Yeah, so stare at him. It was a good image though. It would be silly if he wins without quirks. It would be really silly. If Deku, like, I just beat him with my fist. If Deku beats him by just punching him, right, it would be... Like last time, yeah, it would be super silly. Deku's like, I've trained harder. Like, I go to the gym more. Here we go, though. Ashido, break it. I need more of the Ashido shots, come on. Oh my god, Minetta's leveled up here. Oh my god, you see the girl, man. Minetta has been... Minetta! He's been leveling up here. You see the girls, come on, what is this? Oh my god, I love it. Minetta needs more power-ups. Here we go. Person triple it for me! Awesome. This is awesome, man. I need Minetta to get more badass. Exactly. Exactly, see? I need Minetta to be like, oh, I accidentally flew into her oppa. They're a massive. Yeah, pink combo. Yeah, god. She's like, no! Perma attack! He's trying to touch me! Yeah, it's like, come on. I need much more Minetta, babe. I need much more Minetta. Yeah, like, Minetta's actually doing good for once. What happened to that guy? Yeah, like... See, they say what's the last video. Yeah, they're very close combat. All of them are like far-range projectile throwers. Yeah, so all of them are horrible. You know, the whole team is horrible fighting anyone in close combat, all of them. Because the guy can, like, he can cope with quirks, but he can only cope with the same quirks that are bad in close combat. So it's like, oh yeah, and then brainwashing isn't good in close combat either. All of them are horrible. Kind of weird team, you know, really. Oh, this guy is like, I'm not the protagonist. He knows Deku is the protagonist. Yeah. I'm not the main character. I can only cope with the main character. What if he copies the whip now? Deku's new power, what happens then? Yeah, what happens if he copies yeah. Like, what power does he get then? Like, everything? Yeah, but what does he get now then, given that One For All is like... He's probably gonna die now, yeah. This guy's probably gonna... His body probably explode or something. Yeah, he hurt himself. He goes through it. Okay, she owns him! He owns him anyway, it's like whatever. But I don't know, maybe he can't use it because of the... how did he get up there? I can't use my powers? Oh, okay, Urika. Oh man, if he wins by defeating him again without using curse, it's so silly. If Shinji loses using a physical fight, Did the guy not go to the gym or something? Like, come on, Shinsu, you lost last time because you didn't train, you know. Oh man, I don't want to see Shinsu lose it because they just punches him down, man. Gamba, Shinsu, Gamba! Oh, it's time. I think it's time for a flashback. Here we go. I want to see this thing. I want to see how he learns the... How this shit works, man. Yeah, it's like, how is this weapon is weird, master. It's like, what is this? Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to work this scarf thing. This is a weird weapon, man. I'm gonna teach you how this works, because this is like... Oh yeah, give me confidence, you're not pointless. Okay, I wanted more of that. I wanted more of them bonding. Come on, Shinsu, win. That is awesome. No, come on, recreate this again here. But yeah. Power is hot and Kokoro and stuff. But I guess it gets even stronger because you're also giving confidence. They're like, yeah, this is like Grandpa All Might. He gives me more power too because he likes me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, he brings out the new quirk anyway. Oh, man. Yeah, oh, new quirk. I can use it immediately. Goddamn, Deku. Goddamn, man. You can't see the new quirk. Can use it immediately. Man. Shinsu's gonna lose, definitely. Because Deku cheated again. Deku is clearly the, the bad guy in this anime. Yeah, so suddenly he's super brave. This I feel is almost... I think this is honestly too fast. Like, power developing. Yeah, he's like... I can control my new power. I got it a minute ago, but I can use it already. I feel a little bit almost too easy for him. It doesn't feel earned in a sense, right? Like he's just immediately losing it. Because I mean, obviously he trained a lot to use, the basic, strength thing, right? But now it's like, oh, he's got this new power, whatever it is. And this feels too easy for him to use it. Yeah, completely different from like a minute ago. Man, Shinsu. Why is Shinsu always fighting Shideku, man? Every goddamn time. She's just to fight this, See, he's like, you clearly did. Stop being a main character. Stop cheating, man. Poor Shinsu. He's like... Exactly. Man, I feel so sorry for Shinsu, man. Good. Come on, Deku. We still blocked the attacks, though. And Bakugo was like, that guy keeps cheating. Yeah, Bakugo was like, that guy keeps cheating, man. It's supposed to be my rival. Like, you gotta stop, power creeping, man. There's no way Bakugo can keep up with him after the power creeps more and more, right? Yeah, it's much stronger now than I had. So all the quirks are gonna be stronger, dude. You get 7 quirks and they're all like 10 times stronger. You got them all at the same time. Deku is getting like so overpowered, man. Oh my god, damn it, man. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so much stronger. Oh man, look at poor Shinsu, man. He's like, yeah, the guys keep cheating. But maybe Shinsu can maybe he can mind control the teammates, right? With Deku, I mean, Urika and Mineta is not very useful, but we saw Mineta leveling up with his bouncing up attack, so I mean... I feel easier to mind control everyone else except Mineta. Honestly, right? A strategy. Poor Shinsu-kun. But he probably did copy after one, but he just didn't one for all. It didn't work. I mean, maybe he can't copy those two, I mean. I like this floating there she's running, yeah, because she's like, she made him anti-gravity, so he's easily pulling with her. Oh, this is cute, man. She's like, yeah, and the other guy's like, I'm a freaking martial art expert. Yeah, you wanna fight? Yeah, she's like, keeps owning them with the martial art. But wouldn't he copy her powers? You know, yeah, the anti-gravity. Can't he copy like his, you know, 5, I think it is. No, I think it's 5, it's time, right? This is probably... It would be nice if this was her case. If he made her mind control her to go to the wrong place. It would be hilarious, but... come on, man. I want him to win too, man. I kinda love this guy now. Come on, I want him to win! Defeat the stupid Team A, man. Come on, man. I want to see... Yeah, because I was the main character, man. Oh, man, I don't know. Gonna shrink him? Nick's like, I need to solo everything. Yeah. I need more of Ashido though. I need more of her acid, man. We're a little breaky there, but come on. Okay, she's like, I believe in Deku. He's the main character, so gonna win this. Oh, this is nicely animated there. Yeah, they really know. They love the pipe animation, man. Really jump off the Python. Okay, so now Deku is just powering up here. No, Deku is... Is this allowed by the rules though? I mean, he's in the cage. Can he keep controlling his powers in the cage? Is this legal by the rules? I mean, he's like, bam! Yeah, he's like standing there. Yeah. Is this actually... I don't know, like, because he's in the cave, right? Like, can he do this thing? But see, he's actually Momoa is freaking skilled, man. He's a freaking... Oh, nice! He gets Spinetta in like a... Urika is probably gonna get to save him though. Man, Deku is so overpowered now, it doesn't matter. Even he tricked him. I mean, they're clearly, you know, outgamed. And she immediately loses one attack. But they also got them far, yeah, long range, far combat guys. Oh man, Oppa attacks. Oh, nice. A Suryuken! Ashidi used the Dragon Punch him. Okay, Rise and Dragon Punch. Man, Deku is just so overpowered, man. I feel so sorry for Shinzo here. Seriously. Look at Deku, he's like, oh, I have all these super quirks. Poor Shinzo is like, this guy's just so overpowered. What can I do, man? And, I mean, they tricked Deku. I mean, they both owned him several times here. But, you know, Deku's just so overpowered that he eats him. Yeah. Like, it feels a weird storyline because Deku clearly is antagonist here. Deku is clearly the bad guy. You know, the underdogs are clearly Shinzo and Momo. Yeah, the other guys are clearly the underdogs. Well, goddamn shitty Deku, man. He never really used his powers. Now she do like, oh man, I love her. She's like, yeah, we won. She got, look at my martial art pose. And now Jiro is like, I'm ready with my empty. Oh man, this feels silly though. I mean, they were clearly. Deku cheating, you know, overpowered main character, defeating the weaker guys. It's a really weird storyline. I mean, usually the main character is underdog, right? Here's like the opposite, where it's like, no, Class B were clearly the underdog, so they were fighting this overpowered super monster guy. No matter what they did, they're like, oh, I tricked him with my quirk. Oh, it didn't matter. It's like, bam, whatever, I'm immortal. It's like, okay, great. Man, they really underutilize his powers though. I feel honestly that Shinji was kind of stupid because they really unutilized his brain powers though. He didn't take over anyone, you know, from like Urika or Ashido or... he didn't take over... See, he's Shikamaru of this anime, definitely. He's like, yes, these rules were against me. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, you clearly cheated me, Dora. What's going on with you? Cheating powers! Stop getting new crocs every episode! Something dark manifested! Of course he's like, oh, that power was like dark. Oh, I like that, yeah. Dark lightning, that's my power. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that was cool. Bakugo is like, oh, you're clearly cheating with all my powers, obviously. Man, he's kind of telling them somewhat of his powers. Yeah, so Hideki confirms here that Shinso saved him. See, this is why Shinso is a hero. The real hero to the episode is Shinso. Deku is a bad guy, clearly. Deku is a villain, obviously. Yeah, and of course Sensei's like, oh my god, you're so hot, yeah! I mean, I feel she just touched him, and every episode's like, oh my god, young P, sure! Like, okay, yeah. Yeah, her critique is like, you're also attractive. Yeah, it's like, thank you, Sensei. Thank you. Yeah, you hugged him there. Definitely. That is a good scene. Just that. I used to jump in there because of a heroism, not to hug. Oh man, this is cute. I don't know. It was just I was just being a hero. It wasn't about love or anything. Yay! Huh. Poor Shincho, man. Monoma was awesome. He was probably the MVP of the actual fight, actually. Probably the best of. And actually matched Trick Deku. But that's why I mean it's so silly, because in the setup, because he was Trick Deku, right? Deku used to be the smart guy, Monoma tricks him, and still he loses hand with, because it's like, whatever. Deku's like, oh, I'm super powerful, it doesn't matter if you trick me. He's a hardcore teacher, clearly. Come on, man, give me that Shinso promotion. And I mean, Class A makes more sense than Class B, because he has so much screen time now. So put him in Class B would be kind of silly, because yeah, like he's so much screen time. He has more screen time than any other Class B member. So if he's like, he should be in Class A, right? If he gets promoted. He's very self-doubting. See? This was a good hero. He's like, I understand my weakness. He's like a very mature here. He's like, I understand my my lack of skills and abilities. Come on, give me that promotion. Come on, I want that confirmation. Come on, I want that confirmation. That's a little like, I don't know, there's a little lame end there. I mean, Shinso's like, oh, I gotta keep going harder. And Aizawa was like, I believe in you. And I was like, okay, but does that mean he's gonna join the class? That was a little bit, that to me was a little lackluster, honestly, because it didn't really explain what's gonna happen with him. It was like, Sensei's like, you kinda passed on your mentality, boy. So am I in class now? It's like, I believe in you. And like, thank you. And I was like, it didn't really specify. It wasn't really specific, right? It wasn't really specific. It was just like, I like you, thank you. What? I respect your willpower or something. Yeah, I was like, kind of weird, honestly, in my opinion. Definitely didn't really explain that. Anyway, let's see if there's something. This a preview at least. Maybe some after ending credits perhaps. I could definitely see like a bad guy coming in, like Dabi or someone coming now after the ending here, right? And someone like, oh, Hawks, let's kill Endeavor or something. I could see it being something like that, right? So kind of bad guy twist here in the end, right? It's probably like a minute left after this. Hopefully. Okay, half a minute. I don't know, let's see. I feel that you're gonna... Because now clearly it's be a new arc, right? Next week. And maybe a fill episode in between though, perhaps, but let's see here. Okay, just preview. New York. Okay, they're still talking about this. Okay, next episode I guess we're gonna explain what happens in the show. 6 more quirks, yeah, super OP. Bakugo was questioning it, yeah. Eri-chan! She looks bigger too. Oh my god, senpai! Okay, so next episode seems like a kind of in a middle, I guess what's called intermission episode. Yeah, intermission, where it's like a little bit. We are talking about. I guess next episode, I have to say, it looks a little bit. I mean, I want to see what the new arc is, right? But whatever. Next episode is probably like Deku talking to All Might. You know, Bakugo questioning his powers, being like, "Why can you stop cheating, man?" You know, and so on, right? And a little arrowy middle, yeah, and Deku and Senpai and so on. So it probably is like a. You know, not a filler, but you know, intermission, you know, kind of before they actually start in New York. So the next week, 2 weeks from now, it's in New York. But let's see. Let me just see what all my thinks about the powers. Anyway, let's review the episode. Let's get into. This was the most cool when you stare at him. Yeah, look at that. Look at that heroic face, man. Here we go. Let's review the episode. Episode 99. 1 episode to 100. Yeah, badass. So Shinsho is clearly the hero and Deku is the bad guy. God damn it, I kept saying Gamba, Shinsho, Gamba. And I honestly find that a weird episode. Obviously I am biased because Shinsho is my favorite character, right? After of course Miracle, but I don't, you know, I'm a gender certificate. After Best Girl, that's my waifu. But I think it also is a kind of a weird episode to watch in that sense, because Deku went from, you know, the underdog, and then people say, oh, but he always had All Might's powers, right? So he was always gonna be the best. Yeah, but it's like a gradual growth, right? In the beginning, Deku, even though he had a great power, he couldn't really utilize it that well, so it was kind of like, oh, I punch, and, you know, so he was still kind of underdog, and he was still like weaker than many other people with, you know, with quirks that could control them, and then he gradually got better, of course, but you know, that's still the journey and the story of the main character, right? And so there's one argument for the issue of power creep, right? But if we ignore that for now, I just feel it's a weird episode anyway, even ignoring the power creep thing, because it's like, Deku is still clearly the protagonist, right? He's the main character. But when I watch the episode, in my opinion, I feel I'm watching it from Shinsho's perspective. You know what I mean? It does, honestly, for me, these 2 late episodes, in a way, in a typical narrative structure, Shinsho would be the main character, right? Because Shinsho is the guy that's like training, trying to get stronger, right? He goes to his sensei, training on the side, he goes in here, and he's fighting this OP bad guy. It's like, oh, I got more powers, so you can beat me, boy, you know, you know what I mean? So, typically in this kind of anime, but in shonen animes, Shinsho, right, would be the protagonist, the main character, right? But instead is, of course, Deku, who is the actual protagonist, just beats the crap out of him. So it's a little bit, you know, when you watch this episode, I have a, you know, I think it makes Deku genuinely somewhat dislikable in a little bit, because he's the guy here, right? He's trampling on the poor, you know, guy coming in and trying to defeat him. Yeah, Shinsho is like, I'm trying to, you know, also be a hero and this shit, and Deku's like, bam! Yeah, Deku just owns him. But hello, bro. Yeah. But I have no interest in some. Well, I don't watch trailers, you know. But we're seeing Deku just. Let's see if find that Deku kind of spins at him. The Deku really comes off as a bad guy. Come on, I can't be the other guy feeling this thing. Deku comes off as a straight up bad guy when that happens. He just owns him. Yeah, he just flies at him, and it's just like he's super fast now. And, you know, he spins around and he's like, he just crushes him. Oh, here it is. After the Suryuken. Ashido gets the Suryuken at least. Not much asset scenes, but here it is. Yeah, and Deku is kind of like, just owns him. Yeah, here we go. So Deku just owns him, right? He tricks Deku. And one thing, I felt that, honestly, right, from like, again, from the narrative structure, it feels weird to me, genuinely, in the sense, not from a power scale, obviously Deku is very stronger than them, but in the sense that Momona is like, bam, I got him, you know, I tricked him with my quirk, and I got him with my quirk earlier, right? Because obviously, he tricked Deku there with he actually copying another power, right? And he smacks Deku in the face with that. So Shinso gets like free, and can catch Deku in the air, and everything's happening. And like those two guys, right? The supposedly bad guys, right, so to speak, they are owning Deku. But Deku's like, whatever! And he just passes him anyway. Deku's like, power up! And he just owns him. And it's just like, I don't know. I honestly don't like it that much, right? Because I feel that Deku is supposed to be the main character. He's supposed to win, you know, with his wits, right? He's supposed to win by being a little underdog and so on, right? But he's just overpowering them, right? Deku, in a sense, fights really stupid here, right? Deku is like, Deku gets owned, right? From a intelligent, strategic aspect, they won, right? They tricked Deku, he chose another quirk, right? He has all his storyline about I'm not the main character, but I can copy those guys, you know, I'm gonna be a good, you know, supportive, you know, friend to my new bro, you know, and all that stuff, right? And she's like, he got him, great, I can do this thing now. But Deku again then just like, I'm just immune to that shit. Like, yeah, but Deku's I feel honestly, in my opinion, Deku's the villain, right, in that sense. Deku feels like a typical villain. That is like, okay, you got all your strategy, all your good guys with your weak powers, right? You combine your powers, you trick me, but I am so overpowered. I'm so an incredible strong character that I crush you anyway, right? So, it is a weird episode in that structure, and I think it's fair to say, in my opinion at least, that Deku too quickly mastered to use the whip, right? Because since you got him there with the falling debris, right? And Deku's like, oh bam, I just countered it with my new powers. And that to me felt too easy, honestly. And the Deku immediately is like, actually, I got my powers now. This guy Grandpa All Might believes in me, so I got the power. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like, and All Might even says like, he really changed after a minute ago. All Might is like, he's a completely new person that he was a minute ago. It's like, yeah, what happened? He's back up. It felt too easy for Deku, right? And he comes off as like a bad guy. Clearly, he dislikes his more bad guy. In a sense. I mean, I'm joking a little bit, but honestly, I don't feel Deku is like, I like him less now, right? Since he just crushed them with his overpowered surge of power, right? Much more than actually crushing them with a brain or the wits or whatever. Anyway, so most of that happened. I do think they could have worked more on the backstory. I wish they would have worked more, yeah. So one thing I will mention, definitely, yeah, like I think this thing could have been improved, right? It was a very short backstory of Shinso or training. I don't know what to say here really. I'm just pointing that I would have liked, you know, a typical shonen, maybe like a 5-minute. I don't know exactly. I would like a full episode of Shinso's backstory or whatever, or them training. But this, in my opinion, could have been a little longer. Just like a minute, not even a minute. This could probably be 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes of explaining the powers, how they're training, maybe seeing Shinso also doing, you know, go to the gym, be better martial artists and all that stuff. There could have been some gradual part there that I would like to see a little, and also maybe more of, you know, Shinso's backstory, right? It's a kid, you know, being bullied for having mind powers, growing up with that, maybe how he hated getting into the wrong class. So I feel it's a little missed opportunity here to, you know, build up his character a little more. Maybe the best thing would be to like have him, I don't know, fight at the machines. That could be interesting. If he, you know, as Asawa said, right, he couldn't beat the mechas, right, because obviously mind powers. So that could be interesting. I feel seeing him for like a minute trying to, you know, enter the mecha thing, right, losing against the mechas, and then being disappointed that he was put in this like an other class, and then, you know, trying to kind of get a solution how to get out of the class, so on. So it could have built on his character a little bit there. I would like to see that. I am, of course, he's my favorite character, so I'm biased, but I think that would be a fitting, not like, not a whole episode, but maybe like 2, 3 to 5 minutes, maybe max, just sparing out his life, right, a little bit. Some other fun stuff happened though. Mineta powering up, man. Where was that? I have to go back to that scene. That scene was amazing. Oh, here we go. I found it immediately. Lucky, man. I found it immediately. This scene though. This scene though. That is this scene though, man. This scene where Mineta is like, Oppa's attacks. Yeah, you damn etchy! And then he hits him away, and he's like, Pinky Minetta combo! It's like, Pinky Grape combo attack! And he flies at him, and he's like, oh my god. I love Minetta, you know. I always love Minetta. I don't know if people hate me. I love Minetta. I think he's super funny. I like his, you know, bead shit and so on. You know, I love all of it. I love everything he does, man. I love that he, you know, went to like lady, you know, mountain lady to like be her cleaner so she can be with her and so on. I love everything he does, man. When he was fighting Sensei and he's like, I gotta defeat her powers, man. I gotta defeat this, you know, hot babe and so on. This was my favorite scene, easily. When he's like, I'm gonna defend her and accidentally get up by yeah. He's like, okay, yeah, okay, Minetta, I see where you're going with this. It was awesome. But also, it did actually, you know, show Minetta actually being stronger now. Like, he was bouncing around, you know, he was going all Luffy Awakening something. He was going something, yeah, he was going like that rubber stuff bouncing around there. Sonic time, yeah, so it was nice, actually getting a new power-up. Ashido, unfortunately, didn't really get a new. She just beat them, right? She just shuriken, that was cool. But she didn't really like do anything otherwise, right? That was new, whatever. But it looked nice, it was the best scene though. I think they kinda unutilized the other characters, the other girls and so on, with their mental powers and politics and so on. And generally, as I mentioned earlier again, from a strategy aspect, right, again here, I think Shinshu should have tried to mind control. I think they missed an opportunity generally of Shinshu not mind controlling like Ashido or something. So there was like, that was unfortunate, yeah. Like he could, I want to see Shinshu take over these characters, right, and then make them fight Deku. Like that's what you can expect, right? Deku has problem hurting his friends. He takes over Ashido, makes her attack Deku. Deku can't attack her. You know, I think that is like where they really went weird with their strategy, though. But this is definitely the best scene. Like, easily the best scene. Easily the best scene. That's up in Discord. I mean, that's the best scene. Man, Minetta is like, this is my powers. I can fly into Oppais. I can save the girl and jump into the Oppais. Yes, as I have planned my whole life. Otherwise, the wish that would, I mean, I'm a Street Fighter guy, right? That was badass, and she was like, Shuriken, what's that scene? Oh, there we go. This is great too, yeah. Nashiro, I mean, it is straight up a Shuriken. This is a Shuriken, right? Typical dragon input, forward, down, diagonal, you know, punch. Yeah, just a classic Street Fighter Shuriken. And, I mean, she just looks badass. She also kind of beats Minetta with the same punch. She's like, she gets back at them. Yeah, she gets back to Minetta. And also the other guy. She can, you know, double KO, Shuriken. Her muscles are also bigger in this scene than they were in the previous scene. So she flexed up there when she has the Shuriken. It's a good scene. It's great. I love it. And her oppas are massive though. Yeah, you know how she do it. Her oppas are like, Jesus Christ. They always make them ridiculously big. Like last episode, she was like a bloating beach whale or something. It's ridiculous. Not too much of her scenes, so much in the acid scenes. And then Urika, of course, just beats them. I think they probably took down the other guys too easily. The other two... here's the setting where... Yeah, Urika just kind of hugs her. First of all, Urika just one-shots her? Like, that's like... Yeah, and then she does this weird Oppai grab on her. Yeah, then she kind of gets in her Oppai. They kind of Oppai hug her. It's like a weird scene, man. But... Where's the scene where she defeats Poltergeist? Be like... Let's see if I can find it here. Where was that scene? That to me was... There it is. Yeah, this is way too easy, man. This is way... Urika is way too powerful, honestly, in that sense. I think the thing about Urika is way too powerful. Urika is like, bam! Aha, she's dead. like straight up, yeah. She punches her in the myriads, in the neck myriad, and she just immediately basically dies. So she kind of goes coma. But yeah, like... Okay, so Urika is like one-shotting all the girls there. Yeah, they were... This is actually, this feels very overpowered. I mean, seriously, Urika literally one-punchman this woman, right? And then she hugs the other woman in a really weird Oppai martial art, like, that's really weird. And then she beats her too, right? And then she beats both the boys with one shuriken. So, yeah, the girls were like one-punchman everything. Honestly, I think it's a little bit too much. I think it was a little weird. I mean, obviously the fight is about Shinshu and Deku, and so it felt like Urika and Ashido used like one punch everyone else because it was like an easy way to just resolve the other fights by like one punch. Little strange, little too easy. Definitely. And also that Momona couldn't escape her gravity. He has like many quirks, so that's weird too. He could copy her quirk, just be gravity again. But anyway, this episode, guys, of the review. So of course you get the One Piece today. We have obviously Nagatoro, best thing ever. I love Nagatoro, man. Do some Tokyo Revenge and so on, right? And on Twitch, as last week we're doing VV and of course Shadow House. Where I say one thing, I think Shadow House are really into Twitch last week. So, probably the most, actually, I want to say Shadow House, what that means that happened. Because that was really strange, actually. That was interesting.